that's really weird. I thought I just made this video. Apparently I did not. So, good morning. What I'd like to talk about is, some things that are really quite disturbing that are happening in the farming community on YouTube. As you all know, I am more than likely the oldest farming channel on YouTube at this point. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I believe that a lot of these farming channels started because of me. I'm not saying they all did, but there's a lot of them out there that did start because of me, and it's been brought to my attention that I've inspired a lot of people to do a lot of different things, and that is awesome because, you know what, sometimes I wonder if I could inspire my own kids to do the things that they should do. But it's always, better for an outsider to look in and say, hey, you know what, that guy's got something going on, I want to try it out. But in these 10 years, it's kind of, we've always had trolls. Let's put it that way. We've always had trolls. They're usually outsiders that just don't really understand us or understand what it's like to be a farmer or anything like that. But the recent developments, and I know that Jeff Raymond, I know he's had some attacks, actually from, I believe, the same individual that's attacked me, because he sent me a message telling me to check out Jeff Raymond, the Big Red Tomato, which I didn't understand what he was talking about, but I went and I looked at Jeff Raymond's, and I think his site is okay. It's pretty decent. He makes good videos. The other one's the Bandit Farmer. The Bandit Farmer, he went on the 1st of July, or the 1st or 2nd of July, and made a video of how he was being attacked personally, and it was another farming channel. So we've got this problem, and it really does need to stop. It needs to go away. We are farmers. We are on YouTube. We take time out of our day. I take an extraordinarily large amount of time out of my day. It actually is quite time consuming to, not to actually make the video, to stick a camera in my face and go and do the video. It's nothing. It's everything after that, to get it up online, get the tags and everything. And, the Bandit Farmer's been going through a little bit of a hard time. Actually, a lot of a hard time, and he needs our support. He doesn't need to be torn down by individuals, especially ones that claim to be part of this YouTube farming community. I'm not saying that I started the YouTube farming community, but I believe that I am the oldest member in the farming community, and I've always supported other farming channels. I mean, if somebody comes to me and says, hey, do you think you could promote my channel? I always say, let me take a look at it. And, I get phone calls all the time. I don't answer them all. If you leave a message, I'll answer. I'll call you back. But for the most part, I get a lot of questions on how to fix farm equipment and things like that, and I try my best to help out because I always felt that was the right thing to do. I help my fellow farmer. I'm not an asshole and just tear them down and say, oh, I don't like what you said, and ban them, block them. I think I have 6 people blocked on my YouTube channel. Anyhow, such is life. On with the regularly scheduled program. You ready? You there?
It's blurry.
What?
Oh, it's good now.
Oh, okay. All right, so this is Tarp Help 101, right? Oh. Come on, legs. Going around the other side. Come on, join the party. Join the party. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We got water coming. Okay, so after a little rain, we had a little rain last night. I don't think there was much up here.
Oh, there's water flowing on the tarp.
It's always a good idea to come by all your tarps and give them a tug, especially since I just put the... See that?
Holy water.
That's what the tarps are for. Now, if you see what the gutter's doing, it's actually throwing it away from the other hay. The water is going to run back down that hole, back down and underneath there. So you're going to have wet bales. Anyways, you got to go around and you just give them a tug. And if there's any water laying up there, be prepared because you're going to get wet. if you don't tighten your tarps, they will flap in the wind. When they flap in the wind, that causes wear on the tarps. They get holes in them, and then, ow, they get holes in them, and then they leak. And then the hay you're trying to protect is no good. So yesterday I think I was talking about hay quality and the mushroom barns, and because hay quality is very important. There's a lot of haystacks that are out in Pennsylvania that were destined for mushroom barns that are now rotting. They're rotting away, literally thousands and thousands of tons of this stuff. Now if you look at this hay, I don't know, this has gotten a little wet last night, but if you look at this hay, it's green. There's no weeds in it. There's no woody stuff. No sticker bushes. Very important. The mushroom barns about 10 years ago realized that if you put weedy, stemmy stickers and things like that into the compost, it creates dead spots in the beds. Dead spots in the beds do not produce mushrooms. So I was about 10 years ago, I wasn't really that big of a mulch producer, maybe 5,000 bales maybe. 5,000 bales a year, you're looking at about 3,000 tons, 2,500, 3,000 tons, which, to be quite honest with you, isn't that much. That isn't really that much. So today, I'm producing somewhere between 8,000 and 10,000 tons of material for the mushroom barns. Last year, I only put on a few tarps. The reason I only put on a few tarps was because I had a contract that stated I'd be hauling at least 9 loads of hay a week into the mushroom barns. Well, circumstances out of my control prevented me from hauling 9 loads a week to the mushroom barn. I was only able to get 5 and 7, up to 7 loads a week. And that doesn't get rid of all my hay. So, when you don't haul it fast enough and it isn't covered, what do you suppose happens? It rots. I threw away somewheres in the neighborhood of 15 loads of hay. Somewheres in the neighborhood of 15 loads of hay. So I have these tarps. I've got about 20 of them. Matter of fact, I think I do have 20, and I'm probably going to buy 4 or 5 more. They're $535 a piece, if you didn't know. Okay, come around the other side. Flip-flops on the farm. All right, check those flip-flops out, huh? No, she's got flip-flops on. So anyways, if you don't, they rotted. Well, 15 loads of hay, that's about 30 grand. $35,000 worth of hay rotten. No good. So $35,000 worth of hay rotten. Okay. $10,000 worth of tarps. Huh, what a fool I am. That's pretty foolish. I think so. What do you think, Teresa? Would you think it was foolish of me?
Mm-hmm.
So, it was my fault. It was my fault not being proactive and all, but this is not shit quality hay. As a matter of fact, you can feed this to any animal. You can feed this to horses. You can feed this to cows. Definitely feed it to cattle.
Smells good.
Dairy cows, dry cows. I wouldn't feed it to dairy because there's really not that much protein in it. But dry cows and beef cattle, and yeah, it's definitely a quality. I do spray herbicide. I found the poison hemlock that was growing over in that corner. That's right there. Someone told me that was actually hogweed, but I don't think it was. It was poison hemlock, and that's where it is in the bale. So I'm going to stay away from that. Don't touch that. They say it can burn your skin. I don't really want to deal with that. So, but anyways, that's something you don't want to feed to your animals, and that was brought in by the county. They did the county did a remediation down the road here, and they dug it out of a ditch and brought it there, and now I get to deal with it. So I'm going to keep my eye on that poison hemlock. There it is, that's it. I'm going to keep my eye on that poison hemlock, and I can take this. I could take it. Keep my eye on that poison hemlock. I'm going to spray it with 2,4-D Banville when I need to. And, you know, so today, of course, we have had some rain, not much, but it's moist enough. You can see here, I can get my heel into it, and it's moist enough that the fertilizer will wick right down before it dries out. So that's what my job is today. I had problems with the sprayer yesterday about halfway through that field, the second field in, and I actually ended up having to go home. I could not get the dirt out of the screen. I pulled the screen out. Every time I pulled the screen out, the dirt would flush back out of the screen and down into the bottom of the tank. So that sucks. So anyways, I had to do that. I went home, I flushed out the tank, flushed it back down the tube. It came back up into the tank. I will be able to spray it out, and then when I get done spraying it out, the screen is probably going to be pretty well plugged up, and I'll be able to remove the screen, pull the plug out of the bottom, and just rinse it all out and down. It is leaf material. Someone left the lid off of the one transfer tank, and it was under the walnut tree, and guess what? The walnut leaves got into it and decided that they would settle in the bottom and plug up my screen on the sprayer. So anyway, you see there's a little white flower right there? That's horse nettle. I can get away with horse nettle in mulch hay. That's okay. They're not going to complain about that, but I am going to spray it anyway. So I have about, God, how many acres do I have to spray today? I've probably got 200 acres of hay, 300 acres of hay to spray today. And I got Timothy going with one sprayer. I'll send him with the 7810, and I'm going to take the 8120, and we're going to go spray. We're going to go get fertilizer down, spray fertilizer, just liquid nitrogen. I put enough potash on most of these farms that my levels are where they need to be. I don't need to really come back in until spring, you know, with another dose of potash. So, but anyway, I hope you got an education on tarps and the quality of mulch hay. If you're going to go into the mulch hay business, it has to have the correct moisture. Well, you're not going to get into the mulch hay business. It's a very tight community right now. There was a big flood onto the market, and now there's a lot of guys that are not able to get rid of their material, and it's rotting because they figured that mulch hay is just garbage, right? So they went out and they baled a bunch of crap, pastures, meadows, and weed-infested multi-floor rose bushes, autumn olives, sticker bushes, poison ivy, and all that stuff. Tried to sell it to mushroom barns. They come out. They actually come to your farm now and look at the quality of the hay. They will make you cut open. Nice turn there, asshole.
Grammy.
Well, Grammy needs to learn how to drive. So, you know, they'll come out to the farm. They'll make you cut open a bale to actually look at it if they don't know who you are. And, you know, if they don't like the quality of what that one bale is, they basically deem it unusable, and they won't buy a damn thing from you. And so, yeah, horse quality, beef quality, dairy quality, if that's what it is, anything that is grass, orchard grass, Kentucky grass, not fine, thick stem stuff like Timothy and other things like that. No legumes like alfalfa or clover or lespedeza or any of that. That is those are protein, and they rot. They rot, and they're no good. They're just no good. They won't take it. It's basically weeds to them. So any kind of grass hay. They do take straw too. So if you're a wheat farmer and you can produce 1,000 tons of wheat straw, which is going to take you somewhere around 1,000 tons, it's going to take you about 1,200 acres of wheat to get 1,000 tons of wheat straw. There you go. You can sell to them then. Or you can sell it to a broker. But anyways, I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe for more. Right, Teresa? What are you so grumpy for?
Shut up.
Shut up.